Administration, Vice Chancellor of Kathmandu University, dignitaries, distinguished professors and intellectuals from abroad and from within, senior officials of Nepal Administrative Staff College, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste and very good morning. I feel myself greatly honored to be part of this opportunity to say a few words in front of this august gathering of the intellectuals and the scholars from home and from abroad on the occasion of third conference on public policy and governance on South Asia, organized by Nepal Administrative Staff College and its collaborators. My heart always leaps up when I hear intellectuals and university professors gather together and discuss what is happening around the world and what we need to do in the ever-changing context of the world. My sincere thanks go to the leadership and staff of Nepal Administrative Staff College and its collaborators for inviting me to this August gathering. As far as I understand, Nepal Administrative Staff College has established itself as a leading institution developing efficiency of government officials, providing research collaborations, consultancies, and organizing seminars, national and international seminars over the last 3.5 decades. Over the years, it has really evolved as one of the leading institutions of not only Nepal and South Asia but also beyond. This conference, which is on public policy and governance with the soft theme expanding public choices and market opportunities, is a very timely and relevant topic. This is especially important when South Asian economy is growing fast and that it is striving towards being one of the fastest growing region in the world. Conferences such as this is an arena of mutual sharing and learning lessons from each other. It brings together intellectuals, policymakers, practitioners, as well as social leaders in a platform. I can see a number of scholarly papers are being presented in the 7 sessions that we have proposed in this conference. And as someone who has a very poor background in public policy and governance, I'm not in a position to comment on the content of these themes of this paper. I believe them very enlightening and thought-provoking. I know only one thing that is succinctly expressed in Sanskrit, which reads as Bade Bade Jayate Taptabodha. It is through conferences and deliberations we get into the crux of the matter. I'm a social geographer who spent almost 40 years of my life in Tribhuvan University, where I talked about place, people, locations, regions, and people-place interactions. We focus on how and why things are there where they are, and how they interact with each other, and how places and people develop their identities as regions and as social groups. Lately, when I assumed the responsibility of chairperson of the University Grants Commission, I began to realize the importance and relevance of public policy and governance. Last year, when I had the opportunity to be part of Nepal National Governance Survey 2017 and 18 and analyze some of the facts that came out of it, I really realized the importance of the place, people, and people-to-people interactions, and that there's a clear geographic expression of governance. There's also geographic expression in the awareness and delivery of public services, Nepal's geographic diversity, both physical and social, clearly reflects this. As a chairperson of the University Grants Commission, I would like to say a few words about higher education and some of the priorities of my organization. University Grants Commission has been making efforts to ensure and improve access, quality of higher education in the country with its current mandate and capacity of coordinating with the universities and other higher education institutions in the country. It is determined in undertaking necessary reforms and development initiatives in ensuring that higher education gains its credibility, effectiveness, and relevance at the individual, societal, and at the global level. There are 11 universities, 6 health academies, and 1,408 higher education institutions, including constituent, affiliated, and private campuses. Currently, a total of 371,181 students are studying at these higher education institutions in the country, and today almost 17% of the population of this country belongs to the age group 18 to 26 years. That is the age group supposed to be within the purview of higher education. The gross enrollment rate of this population is rather low, which is around 13% only. This is against the world average of 30%. The age structure transition, that shows historically high concentration of population in this tertiary age group population, which was never in the history and is unlikely to happen again. Additionally, there is a challenge that relates to the migration of youth. We all know that almost 1,500 young adults leave this country every day for external labor migrants. Also, the number taking no objection letter from Ministry of Education goes as high as almost 70,000 last year, and this does not include those taking those who do not need that sort of letter to go to India. Government of Nepal has invested a large sum of money in higher education, and the amount has been increasing, although not in the proportion. But however, comparing the proportion of population that is within the purview of higher education, this proportion is rather low. Governance in higher education institution has been an issue. It has remained an issue despite several efforts of good governance. UGC accords priority to quality assurance, funding for research in the areas of priority, national priority, and developing a conducive environment for research for young scholars. Quality assurance and accreditation is one of its important activities. We have developed 8 benchmarks and 120 indicators for ensuring the quality in higher education institutions. Of the 8 benchmarks, 2 benchmarks are related to governance, and these directly relate to governance, and these include policy and procedure and public information. The indicators of policy and procedure relate to rules, regulations, structure, and participation, whereas those related to public information relate to transparency of the institutions. By now, a total of 329 campuses have come within the purview of quality assurance and accreditation, and among them, 30 have already obtained accreditation certificate from University Grants Commission, and 125 are on the pipeline. Having said that, I see some similarities and commonalities between University Grants Commissions as an organization and National Nepal Academic Staff College at the institutional level. We have commonalities in our priorities and research funding and also on the capacity building. We will be very happy to discuss and work collaboratively in the years to come. Finally, I congratulate the Bar Admission Staff College and its collaborating partners for organizing such a timely conference and developing a platform for sharing experiences from each other in areas of public policy and governance. I believe we will have very fruitful discussions, and I wish the conference a grand success. Thank you.
पब्लिक पोलिसी र दक्षिण एशिया को सरकार को सन्दर्भसँग जोडिएर आयोजित 2 दिने यो कन्फरेन्स को इस कार्यक्रम को सभापति एवं स्टाफ कॉलेज का कार्यकारी निर्देशक जो काठमाडौँ यूनिवर्सिटी का उपकुलपति जो र यूनिवर्सिटी ग्रांट कमीशन का प्रमुख जो विभिन्न आदरणीय प्रतिनिधि विशिष्ट महानुभावहरू प्रोफेसर डाक्टर साहबहरू र इस कार्यक्रमलाई सफल बनाउनको निम्ति उपस्थित हुनुभएका सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरू सबैमा म नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट स्वागत अभिवादन गर्दै यो कन्फरेन्स को सफलता को शुभकामना व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु। पूर्व वक्ता मित्रहरूले धेरै कुरा चाहिँ अभिव्यक्त गरेर जानु भएको छ। दक्षिण एसियाको खास गरी नेपाल, भारत, बंगलादेश हामी झनै एउटै समस्याबाट गुज्रिरहेका छौं। प्रजातान्त्रिक लोकतान्त्रिक सरकारहरू छन् र जनतामा सन्तुष्टि खुशी दिने कुरामा हाम्रो एक आपसमा एउटै समस्या रहेको छ। अझै नेपाल संघीय लोकतान्त्रिक गणतन्त्रमा भर्खरै प्रवेश गरेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि नेपालमा तुलनात्मक रूपमा यो तपाईहरुको विशिष्ट महानुभावहरु सहितको यो गोष्ठीले जे निष्कर्ष निकाल्छ त्यो सरकारको निम्ति मार्गदर्शक हुने मेरुदण्डको रूपमा काम गर्छ भन्ने कुरामा म विश्वस्त छु। अहिले हामीले नयाँ परिस्थितिहरुको सामना गर्नु परिरहेको स्थिति छ। खास गरिकन भन्ने हो भने हामीसँग अहिले गरिबीले उत्पादन अझै बढाउनु पर्ने बढी आवश्यकता छ। बेरोजगारी समस्याले हामीलाई चाहिँ पिरोली रहेको छ र नयाँ नयाँ अनुसन्धान गरेर अगाडि बढ्नु पर्ने स्थिति छ। म चाहन्छु यहाँहरुबाट पुरानो कुरालाई सम्झाउने भन्दा पनि नयाँ अनुसन्धान गरेर यहाँहरुले बाटो देखाउनमा सरकारहरूलाई मद्दत गरिदिनुहोस्। अर्कोतर्फ हामीसँग चाहिँ ब्रेन ड्रेनको त्यतिकै समस्या छ। त्यसकारणले मुलुकको आवश्यकतालाई पहिलो प्राथमिकतामा राखेर जनताको चाहनालाई मध्यनजर गरेर सरकारहरूलाई यहाँहरूको मार्गनिर्देशनको आवश्यकता छ। त्यसै कारणले गर्दाखेरि अहिले हाम्रा अनुसन्धानका जुन शैक्षिक संस्थाहरू छन्, खास गरिकन विश्वविद्यालयहरू छन्, त्यसको गुणस्तर बढाउनु र नयाँ कुरा अनुसन्धानलाई केन्द्रित गरेर मुलुकको आवश्यकतालाई पूरा गर्ने तर्फ चाहिँ अग्रसर हुनुपर्ने स्थिति छ। त्यो केसँग जोडिएर जान्छ भने अहिले हामी देखिरहेका छौँ, एकातिर जनशक्तिको आवश्यकता छ, अर्कोतर्फ शैक्षिक बेरोजगार जनशक्तिको ठुलो दबाब छ। किन भन्दाखेरि दुईटा जुन चीजको अध्ययन गरे त्यो चीजको आवश्यकतासँग जोडिएर, मुलुकको आवश्यकतासँग जोडिएर म्याच खाएन भने त्यसले समस्या समाधान हुँदैन। एकतिर बेरोजगारी बढ्ने, अर्कोतिर चाहिँ आवश्यकता परिपूर्ति नहुने स्थिति भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि हामी कतिपय आवश्यकता होला, विभिन्न मुलुकहरूसँग जोडिएर आवश्यकता होला, तर पहिलो आवश्यकता त आन्तरिक खपतलाई प्राथमिकतामा दिनुपर्ने स्थिति छ। नभए हामीले यो दक्षिण एसियाबाट जुन हामी विकासशील मुलुक हौं र नयाँ विकासको गति दिँदै जनतालाई सन्तुष्टि दिँदै समृद्धिको बाटोमा हामी पछाडि पर्छौं। त्यसै कारणले गर्दाखेरि एक अर्काको अनुभवलाई पनि हामी साटासाट गर्ने, एक अर्कामा सहयोग पनि गर्ने र एक अर्काको समस्यामा साथमा साथ पनि रहने गरिकन हामी आशावादी छौं र धेरै परको कुरा सिक्नुभन्दा वरबाट नै राम्रो कुरा सिक्ने र बुझ्ने र लिएर जाने हामी जनप्रतिनिधिको पनि जिम्मेवारी र दायित्व भएकोले गर्दा त्यसमा हामी केन्द्रित भएर लागेका छौं र सबै विषयमा सरकार आफै नीति निर्माणमा त हो, तर ब्याकबोनको रूपमा तपाईहरूले नै काम गरिदिनुपर्छ भन्ने आशा राखेका छौं र यो 2 दिनसम्म तपाईहरूको बीचमा व्यापक रूपमा छलफल होस् र यहाँहरूको निष्कर्षलाई सरकारलाई, खास गरी नेपाल सरकारलाई र आफ्नो ठाउँबाट पनि हाम्रो निष्कर्ष यो हो भने दिदिनुभयो भने त्यसलाई लिएर हामी जनताको बीचमा जनताको चाहना र जनता र राष्ट्रको आवश्यकतालाई पूरा गर्ने तर्फ अग्रसर हुनेछौं भन्ने विश्वास दिलाउँदै फेरि पनि यहाँ तपाईहरूको बीचमा केही कुरा राख्न पाउँदा यो आयोजनाप्रति र तपाई सबैप्रति स्वागत अभिवादन गर्दै बिदा चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Now I'd like to call Bisal K. Chalise for the English translation.
Thank you, everyone. It would not be a translation. I'll just try to summarize the key highlights of Honorable Minister inaugural remarks. So he welcomed on behalf of Government of Nepal to every delegates participant to this third public policy conference of South Asia. Honorable Minister started with saying that there are lots of similarities in terms of the public policy challenges that the countries in this region are facing. So we are going through the similar kind of political and economic changes. All the democratic countries in the region are actually facing challenges in providing public goods and services and to deliver prosperity and happiness to the people. So this public policy conference, the discussions and the deliberation that happen here in next 2 days would be very fruitful in terms of providing solutions to these public policy problems that the governments are facing. And whatever the results, the outcomes of this conference would be would provide the roadmap for the government in formulating policies employed. The production requires the research and development. However, the countries in the regions are facing a problem of brain drain, that the educated people are either going out of the country for seeking jobs, or they are not simply getting jobs in the country. So the role of the university or the education institutions would be the key in terms of skilling these youth so that they can be engaged in the job. So there is a paradoxical situation, as Honorable Minister rightly pointed out, where there is education on unemployed people, and there is a requirement of skilled jobs, but they are not simply matching, because it seems that what is being taught is not really what is actually on those problems as well, which requires, as he rightly said, that is cooperation and coordination and exchange of ideas and exchange of experience among the countries, and their representative in this conference will be very fruitful towards that direction. So he also committed and give us forum would be well taken by the government, and that it will be very helpful for the government of Nepal and hopefully the other partner government or the governments in the region would take that while making the public policy decisions in this regard. So that's just a summary that I'm asking. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vishal sir, for the prompt key highlights. Now I kindly request the chair of the inaugural session of this conference, Executive Director of Nepal Administrative Staff.
Dignitaries, delegates, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar, very good morning. A warm welcome to all of you to the third conference on public policy and governance in South Asia. I feel honored and greatly delighted to have you all here in this conference this morning. Last year, as you know, we met here in July 2018 during the time of the second round of the conference, the topic of which was towards justice and prosperity. Today we are actually, in order to achieve that very goal of attaining prosperity and justice, actually we need to do lots of things that are to be added under the sub-theme of today's conference, that is titled as Expanding Public Choices and Market Opportunities. Last time when we successfully organized the second conference, at that time the conference received lots of suggestions, inputs, and insights from the participating delegates representing different countries of South Asia. At the time, we had also a representative from Myanmar. This sort of discourses, we think, will promote the culture of developing evidence-based public policy process in our respective organizations in our respective countries as well. This year we are trying to achieve larger goal of last year's theme, justice and prosperity, by highlighting the issues of expanding public choices and market opportunities. And we are very thrilled to receive inquiries and registration from a number of enthusiastic professionals, scholars, for participation in this program. This year, as a new initiation, we are trying to introduce video conferencing session. I think that will open up more space for the scholars and intellectuals in the South Asia to participate in the conference like this. We all know people in South Asia are very much empowered as sovereign citizens of the country. So many things have happened in the political arena of the region, and they are no more subjects. They are already been sovereign citizens of the country. This has opened up political and economic opportunities. South Asian countries have acknowledged different forms of decentralization and tried to strengthen the public access to governance and economic opportunities. They are undertaking varieties of development programs, development initiatives, such as long-term development plans, poverty reduction programs, rural development strategies, and inclusive development approaches. This could eventually help in addressing the challenges of poverty, instability, unemployment, climate change, and of course environmental degradation that confronts the whole world today, and the region is not exception to this. I believe the mutual sharing and learnings from the conference would be a good food for thought for the experts, professionals, scholars, academicians, and of course for policy stakeholders. We have been able to be here to organize such a program with a very active support of our partner institutions. I appreciate the tireless job they have done to make it happen. Before ending my remarks, I express my gratitude to the Honorable Minister, to the Chairperson of the University Grant Commission, Vice Chancellor of Kathmandu University, and all participating professionals, scholars, and policy makers here for their gracious presence, and of course our guests who spoke here highlighting very important themes on the contemporary issues are very inspirational They are very much insightful, and they have given us a kind of roadmap to go ahead with. So, thank you so much, Honorable Minister, Honorable Vice Chancellor, and Chairperson of the University Grant Commission. I express my appreciation to all delegates here coming from Bangladesh, India, and of course from Nepal also, for their presence and participation. I once again thank the partner organizations, the organizing committee, the secretariat, volunteers, and all who are present here, including our media friends. Dear delegates from Bangladesh and India, I wish you a very comfortable and joyful stay in Kathmandu. Having said all this, I would like to conclude the opening session, the inaugural session of the conference. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair. Now I would like to request our Chair to hand over the token of love to our guest. Thank you, sir. There has been one announcement. We will not be breaking out for the tea session since the Minister for Finance, Honorable Yuvraj Khateora, has been arrived and he has very limited time. He will be joining the session for this expanding public choices and market opportunities. I request all of the dignitaries and all of the delegates to remain seated at the same hall. Thank you.